Hello everybody, welcome back. Late model open series time here in North Wilkesboro, week 11. Probably going to struggle really bad. Somewhat decent strength of field, smaller field, only 11 cars, car number 6, so find ourselves kind of right in the middle. Gonna go out for qualifying, see what we can do. Like I said, there are some really fast guys in here that I know are at the top of the rankings of late model guys, so some good competition to stack myself up against and see if I can actually, improve it all, but let's see what we can do. Get a little loose there out of turn 4, so probably going to kill the run to the line for lap 1. A little loose into turn 1 as well. Just kind of overdrove it. Loose everywhere. Just driving terrible is all it is. Try to clean it up for lap 2. See if we can go any faster, because lap 1's not going to be very pretty. See if we can get a better run this time. Brake a little bit sooner. Bleed a little more speed off. Puts us 5th right now, so I don't know how much faster I really want to go. I'd rather start 5th than 4th, but we'll keep trying. See if we can get anything more out of this lap. Definitely a lot better. 962. What's this 4th? Didn't do what I wanted to do, so we'll be starting on the outside. That'll be a lot tougher. Just going to run the race setup the way it is, even though it's quite a bit cooler here than what I tested in. Going to make one change. What I found in practice, I'm going to move my brake bias forward a little bit. Seemed to help me with the entries a little bit. Looks like we're getting paints refreshed. Alright, so it'll be a bit tough to start on the outside, but that'll be okay. Do what we can. Hopefully it should be a fairly fun race. 40 laps. Standard late model distance here on kind of middle distance short tracks. I've always struggled at North Wilkesboro. I think it's because I'm not really great at that late apex, big arc type line, and I think that's really how you have to run this. And it's kind of a combination of, getting on the brakes to slow it down in a straight line and then kind of rolling it off through the corners. So that's where I always seem to struggle and just don't do very well. So did not get to get enough practice in with just the driving that I wanted this week as well. So I feel like I'm a little underprepared where I wanted to be, but we'll see what we can do. Top 5 I'll be happy with. If I can just get a clean race, not get knocked around, not, dive bomb anybody, turn into anybody, have somebody turn into us, anything like that. We'll be pretty happy with that. And I don't think we're going to be able to outrun the 3 getting into the corner. The outside line might have some help getting in, but I think getting off is where we're going to get killed. So bigger goal is just going to see if I can slot in behind the 3, stay ahead of the 10 off the start, and then we'll just kind of get settled in. Try not to overdrive the car from there, but we'll see what we can do. Guessing the 5's probably going to be pretty quick. He's right behind us. I think the 1 and the 2 are going to be gone, and then from there, if we can step up game, I might be able to hang with the 3. But we'll see what's going to happen. Pace car is going to be pulling off soon. Get ready to go racing.
Right, Jake. Get ready.
Off and rolling.
Floor it.
Probably should just drop behind. Got the 10 right behind the 3. He's kind of falling back. Trying to get the 3 by, see if we can slot in front of the 10. Alright, we're probably going to have to protect the bottom, run a little bit of a suboptimal line to start. So I think you're going to see the 10 try to work the inside like that, because I am a little bit slower into the corners than some of these guys. So I think we're definitely going to need to run that inside a little bit more. Kind of got loose there on the entry to 3. 2, 1, and 3 are all pulling away. Looks like we're probably going to have a battle for the race with the 10. See what we can to stay in front of them. 10's pulling away from the 8 a little bit. So, not like we're going to get freight trained if the 10 does get by us, but just going to do the best I can to work here in front of the 10.
That's your quickest lap in this session.
A little loose there into turn 1.
0.04.
Give the 10 a good run off. He's going to try to cross over underneath us going into 3. Kind of had to give it up. Stay wide.
Still there.
Kind of gave up the spot a little bit there.
He's still there.
See if we can battle on the outside. It's going to be a bit tougher though.
P4. Keep it together. Hold your line.
Alright, 10 kind of pushes up, but
Still there.
not much I could really do.
He's still there. Keep digging.
Screwed up getting off of 1 and 2 the lap before, and that allowed the 10 to get that run, so just falling behind him, although I drive into the wall like an idiot. Oh, so much for not running a mistake-free race. I'm so tired of making stupid mistakes like that, especially in moments when they matter. Allows the 10 to pull away. 5's working his way up. Got way loose there off of 4 because I had too much wheel into it. Got on the throttle too early. 10 kind of did the same thing. He got in the outside wall. Front 3 are gone. Not able to hang with them. Just going to see if we can try to clean it up. Stay in front of the 5 and try to drive back to the 10, if possible. And kind of get into my later apex now that the 5's not here yet, but we'll probably need to adjust that line once the 5 does get here. Cannot believe I drove into the wall like that. I'm so dumb. Smoke from a spin up ahead. 9's on the grass. Doesn't come on the tracks, we clear him. 10's kind of driving it a bit off the corner. I think he's getting into the throttle a lot earlier, and that's what's pushing him wide, kind of like I did the 1 lap. So hopefully that'll allow us to catch him here. Trying to run away from the 5 if possible. Getting settled in. Overdrove turn 3 there. Half a second back from the 10. Definitely got a lot to improve on my driving to be faster in these. Both overall lap time as well as fast lap overalls, just from making mistakes like that, not being consistent enough. Just got to be able to repeat lines much better than what I am. It's holding me back a lot.
Times are pretty consistent.
I think that's going to be the first step to really being able to contend for better finishes in these tougher fields. And then the second step is going to be, improving the actual lap times. Got on the throttle too early again, out of turn 2. It's going to hurt the right front. It's pulling away a little bit. Same thing there. Turn 4. I think it's going to be who makes less mistakes should have the advantage, and I feel like if I can drive closer to my better lines, then I've got the car that's faster. I just have to be able to execute. Every time I get on the throttle too early, you see him open it up. And when I wait on the throttle, then I can close up to him. 5's staying pretty consistent with us as well. I mean, I can't get angry about running 5th. It's better than where I'm supposed to finish. I just feel like I've got so much more in me that I should be able to run 4th. And that's where I get frustrated with myself. Gotta wait a little bit longer on the throttle. Bounce it off the wall there just slightly.
Times are pretty consistent.
10 gets a good run that time off of turn 2. I didn't think that line would gain him that much, but exiting a little higher did seem to give him a better run. Bouncing off the wall again. I just pushing too far up the track, overshoot turn 1. Losing more time to the 10. Still holding even with the 5 at least. Nine's me coming up, and we're about 3 seconds back from the 3. With a little bit of the grass there. 10 starting to pull away. Gonna be starting lap 20 this time. 9's up high, we clear him with no problem. 5's staying very consistent behind us. Trying to do a little bit of a better job waiting on the throttle to keep from pushing out. Seems like the 10's taking advantage of that pulling away, but hoping that maybe he'll start to overheat the right front and I can take advantage of a little more grip, center off, and be able to catch back up. Question is going to become, is there going to be enough time to make it up? If not, great run for him. You know, he qualified 5th and was able to take advantage of my mistake. Drive on by. Did it cleanly too. No complaints from me from it other than I made a stupid error.
The lap time was at 19.43.
Just gotta go to school. 17 to go this time by. Getting closer to the last third of the race. He's continuing to pull away. 5's continuing to stay even with us. Three's falling off a good bit from the 2, or the 1. 2's still in the lead. Really early throttle there. Apexed a bit too early there in 4.
You've just done a 19.44.
Well, I think it's going to be a 5th place finish. Unfortunately, I just don't think we're going to start making up any time on the 10, and even if we did, it's going to take a miracle to get there, and that's without me bouncing off the wall. Felt like there was a few weeks I was making progress, and then I get to this track and struggle really bad, which I always have struggled here. But hate that I kind of feel like I've taken a step back. But I feel like that's competitive environments for everybody. You're not always going to have your best, and progress is going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, rather than just only step forward. Looks like the 10 made a bit of a mistake, so did pick up a 10th, but we're going to need more than that every lap to have a shot at him. Still running even with 5. Picked up a couple 10ths. I made that mistake bouncing off the wall. Like I said, since we're running even, staying about the same. Trying to get to the 10, just don't have enough for him today. As always, setup will be available through the link in the description box. It's a fairly comfortable setup, and if you brake a little bit sooner, can roll the center of the corners better than I am, you definitely get decent lap times out of it. Just got to be a better driver than I am, which I'm sure not be hard for many of you. I hate that I feel like the 10's making so many mistakes and yet he's still pulling away from me. It tells me how slow I am as a driver. 9 to go.
That lap was at 19.49.
Start to pull away slightly from the 5. So, like I said, no pressure from behind unless I make a stupid mistake. And we're not catching the 10. We're still continuing to lose time to him, so
Good consistency.
it's going to be a top 5. Which is not bad, but really wish I wouldn't have made that mistake early, although given the fact that he's continuing to pull away, it would have been a really tough race to hold him off the whole time. Lap 35. Too shallow of an entry there into 1.
The gap behind is now 0.83.
Trying to roll centers a little bit more, wait a little bit longer on the throttle. Just get better runs off the corners. Fortunately, I'm not finding the line of when to do it versus when I'm waiting too long on it and giving up time.
That lap time was 90.56. The track temperature is increasing. It's now 95 Fahrenheit.
Really bad entry there into 3, kind of kicked the car around a bit too much. I know it may not seem all that bad, but it's all those little differences that add up that equal tenths every lap. And it's that kind of stuff that I really have got to eliminate if I want to take that next step forward. Or things like that, because, you know, again, I get on the throttle at the wrong time. Just every time I have to do something like that, that meant that I got on the throttle at the wrong time, and
2 laps left.
it's all stuff that I need to work on.
Consistency, keep it up. The gap behind is now 1.02.
Well, we were definitely fast at the 5. He's fallen off quite a bit, so looks like 5th place is where we were supposed to finish. White flag.
White flag, last lap. That last lap was a 19.6.
Roll it off 2 for the final time. Terrible 3 and 4, but that kind of sums up the whole race. So, like I said, it's hard to complain too much about 5th when I was supposed to finish 6th, but when I end up finishing, you know, 1 spot behind where I qualified, partially due to a mistake and partially because of missing it and driving, it's just frustrating with me. So, take a look at the tires, see how bad I hurt them. 83, 81, but bigger deal was the temp was higher in the right front. Built up more pressure, so just leaned on it too much. You know, didn't get the right entries, roll the centers the way I needed to, so tough break, but we'll keep working on it. Doesn't look like a ton of incidents. We can take a look and see. We finished 6 and just over 6.5 off the 2. He must have had a really good battle with the 1. So kind of tough. Let's take a look at the start, see what happened. So the 8's gonna get into the wall barely on the front stretch. Here's where I'm gonna get the wall. Kind of followed the 10 up. 10 got loose and I just got on the throttle way too early and pushed way wide. 1's gonna barely drag the wall. 10 barely drags it. Alright, this is what happened to the 9, so let's go up and take a look at that. So the 8 just doesn't turn. He continues going straight. The 9's planning his turn in. I guess the 8's technically there. The 9 needed to watch, but I think the 8 or the 9 expected the 8 to turn in a lot sooner than what he did. So then that ends up sending the 9 around. And I believe looks like the 7's gonna get in it. Let's watch from 9's view after he gets. Yeah, I don't know. I really think he expected the 8 to turn in more. The 7 just kind of makes contact with the 9. The 9 bounces off him. Unfortunately, 9 catches the worst of it. Goes into the outside wall. Takes some heavy left front damage. 11's going to get the wall hard. Not quite as hard. Lat loose. Right rear gets the wall off of 2. 3 might have netcoded it. 7's going to get a run on the 8. 8 just drives straight up into the wall. 9 on his own. Gonna get the opening. Gets there, trying to stay out of the way of the 2. 8's gonna drag the wall. He's got some right front damage at that point. 11's gonna push wide, gets the corner like I did. Climbs the wall though. 9 again trying to stay high, gets into the wall. 7's gonna get the wall off. I think you're gonna see a lot of these kind of shots. Too much wheel, too much throttle, and then it finally grips, snaps around. 10 did it. 9 pulls down in front of the 8, spins when he hits the grass. It's the 11. 11 trying to let the 2 by, maybe just a bit of netcode, then kind of drags the wall. 2 gonna drag netcodes the wall pretty much. That was the end of it, so check out the results. Hopefully a little bit of progress, not a ton, but a tiny bit. 30-51 strength of field, 3 splits. So like I said, for a non-first race of the week, not a bad one at all. A little bit of safety rating gain 0.12, and a little bit of I rating. We can't expect too much because again we only finished one spot ahead of where we were supposed to, but not terrible. About 2/10 off on the fast lap and a little under 2/10 on the average. So got quite a bit of work to do. I really feel like a lot of it is driving, and I just did not drive very well. So yeah, we'll take the lumps. 10 just absolutely drove better. He was faster, and he just flat out drove better than I did. So frustrating to have that, but not much I can do now. I mean, prepare better next time, learn how to drive better. It's really all I can do, but it's pretty tough on the pass in general. You don't see a ton of guys making up a ton of spots, maybe 1 or 2 spots, but it's a pretty tough track. I just feel like it's so finicky on the driving that you got to be dead exact every lap, and that's what makes guys like the 2 and the 1 so good. Like even the 3, they're just so much better at that, so consistent. So it's where I got to head next step, try to improve on that. So maybe take some time, work on it in the fixed series. We're really focused on the driving. Hard to say, but hopefully you guys enjoy that one. Feel free to leave any driving tips or feedback you guys have if you've run this week. If you want to check out the setup, it's in the description box. Love to have that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. So until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.